And the food is all done.
You're out of here, out of all Detroit public schools. Coming downstairs, she was like a bit. I was like a bit. It was like, what's up? What's up? Like, my dream was, oh, I just wanted to travel, be dressed so fly, hair blowing in the wind with my dream. What it do, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, family. Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today's video is going to be a cook with me, get to know me, plus a mukbang. I think it's mukbang, mukbang, whatever you want to call it. Is basically I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna help you to get to know me more until you know the personal me on the outside of me vlogging every day, things that I don't talk about daily in my vlogs and stuff like that, or that you probably don't know about me, fun facts, you know, more stuff to get to know me more personally, so you can feel like you know me more than just through this lens. I want you to get to know me more. First, I'm gonna show you what I'm cooking, how I'm cooking it. I'm cooking me some baked salmon, some red skin mashed potatoes, and some asparagus. So I'm gonna show you how I cook it, what I put on it to season it. So we have a 3-in-1 video going on. So if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and comment down below. I chit chat with everyone, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click that post notification bell, that way you will be notified. But let's get into it. So then I spray some vegetable oil in the skillet after it's good and hot. Then I lay my salmon in there flat down on the meat actual part. You have the skin at the bottom. So I cook it on this side first. I let that go for about 3 to 4 minutes. So then after the 3 or 4 minutes, I flip them over because they good and got the grill marks by the end. Then I just place like a piece of butter on each one of them. Turn that off. And stick them into the oven about 15-20 minutes on 350. The red skin potatoes are already done. I boiled them for about almost up to an hour actually, so they can get good and soft, so I can mash them up and put my milk, butter, and my seasoning and stuff in there to get them all good and buttery and garlicky. So I'll do that now to my red skin potatoes while those are in the oven cooking. And the food is all done. We got some baked / grilled salmon, some steamed asparagus, and some homemade red skin mashed potatoes. When I tell you everything not only look good, is good. Let's pour up, pour up. The choice of wine today is red Moscato from Aldi, girl, less than $5. We're gonna pour up. We might as well pour the rest. I know you're supposed to keep the glass looking bougie, but there we go. Whew. So I'm done cooking and everything. Everything looks good, smell good. Then I was like, okay, where am I gonna sit at and stuff? Then I was like, oh, I can sit on the floor by the fireplace, get some pillows because I didn't want my butt to be hurting. So I'm sitting up under like 2 pillows, but then I should turn, you know, all the way, yeah, like this. So can y'all see me good? Is this a good angle? Y'all know I wear glasses and I ain't got my glasses on, so I don't know, like, good little mukbang setting. Thinking my pillow straight back here. I think we good. I think it's good lighting and good setting or whatever. Ooh, stomach look a little bloated, a little bit. But I don't know if y'all know. I'm gonna start off first by saying I am a Virgo. I don't know if y'all know too much about Virgos, but I am a Virgo, September 10th. Do I have any more Virgos in the house, in the building, as Raymond would say, in the building? If so, make sure you let me know, comment down below. But I don't know, y'all, growing up as a kid, I am the baby of 9. My mom had 9 kids, 6 boys, 3 girls. Do y'all eat asparagus? Because I love asparagus. I love everything green. Green beans, asparagus, greens, what is that, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, peas. I like them all. Like, I'm a healthy type person as far as that stuff. But like I was saying, I'm the baby of 9. My mom had 9 kids, and I'm the baby girl also. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan all my life, born and raised. That's where my parents are from also, and all my siblings was born there also. Let me taste this. I'm gonna get a little bit more of this salmon. Let me see. Do y'all eat the skin off y'all salmon, or do y'all just leave that? Cause I leave that. I don't know about that. Oh shoot, I'm dropping food. I don't want to leave no salmon in the floor. It'd be stinking. I always went to Detroit public schools. I didn't go to like private school and stuff like that. I think I got a good education though. Education. You know you ain't get a good education because you saying education. I think I got a pretty good education though. When I was younger, I always kept like really good grades. I was on like, you know, basically like top of the class when I was younger. Like I used to get like 4.0s, 3.5s and stuff like that when I was younger. I also went to Head Start. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but that's like where you go before preschool and kindergarten and stuff like that. It's like not daycare, but it's like the step above daycare. You know what I mean? Like, you know stuff at this point, but you're just not old enough and ready to go like to school, you know, like preschool and Head Start, stuff like that. So I did go to Head Start. My sister, which died, well, got killed when I was 4 or 5. I think I was a month into turning 5. Like, I was just turning 5 and she got killed. Her boyfriend killed her while I was in the house. I was there at home, and her boyfriend came and shot her twice because she didn't want to be with him or whatever. And just, you know, running you down my life and stuff about things I've been through, things I saw, things I witnessed, and why I am the way I am today with how I think and certain stuff like that, because I saw and was around certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? So she was the one that taught me a lot. Like, everything I knew when I was in Head Start before I went to preschool and kindergarten and stuff like that, she taught me everything I knew. Like, I knew how to write my name, spell my name, say my name, first and last name, knew my ABCs, knew my colors, knew everything in Head Start. I hadn't even made it to preschool yet, you know, because she was like 20 years old and I was 5, you know what I'm saying? So that means she had to be like 15 or something when I was born. So she was already a teenager. She was dang near grown, so she knew everything she needed to know already. So she was teaching her baby sister everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was ahead of the game when I started like preschool and kindergarten, stuff like that. No, I didn't even go to preschool. They skipped me from Head Start to kindergarten. They put me in this preschool class for 1 day and was like, she don't belong here, you know what I'm saying? So I went straight to kindergarten. So right to Head Start to kindergarten, no preschool. I knew everything I needed to know because my sister was bomb. She had taught me all that. I'm like, ABC 1 2 3. What? What's 5 plus 5? That's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my sister was dope for that, you know, for teaching me everything like that. Then to skip ahead a little bit, in elementary, I started getting, you know, keeping good grades and stuff. 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. I always kept like 3.5s and A's and B's. Mostly A's, maybe 1 B or so like that. Like, I kept very good grades. I think because I had so many siblings that was so much older than me. I was maturing real fast and learning faster probably than all the other kids in my classroom, because maybe they didn't have older siblings, or if they did, maybe they wasn't working with them like mine was working with me, you know what I'm saying? I was always into fashion, and what I mean by that was I wasn't into like, you know what, I ain't gonna say fashion because I wasn't into like fashion like name brand and certain kind of way. What I meant by is like, I was the kid that loved to keep my shoes clean. I don't care what kind of shoes they was, they just had to be clean. And my mom will tell you this story. Like, I was the kid, I used to cry because the bottom of my shoes was dirty. I know, right? The bottom of my shoe. The part you walk on, you know that's supposed to get dirty, right? I used to cry about it. Like, it's dirty. I don't want it no more. They ugly now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was into keeping everything clean and neat and stuff like that. And that's why when I first came on here, I said, I'm a Virgo. I don't know if y'all know or been around Virgos or know what. Virgos are perfectionists. And it's not a good thing and it's not a bad thing. So don't jump the gun like perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good thing and it's not a bad thing at the same time. It's good for some things and it's bad in ways because you want everything to be so neat and perfect and this and on point and that. So when it's not, whoo, it's hectic for you. It's like, no, I can't deal under that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being up under that type of stuff or mess and stuff. It's like I can't even think straight if my mind is cluttered, like mess. If it's messy around me and stuff like that, I can't think straight. So I don't know, a lot of Virgos are like that. And if you look it up, the first thing is like perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, we just like to kind of master everything, know what we doing, know what we getting ourselves into, think everything through. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that type of person. I'm trying to break this spirit because I didn't want to put the whole thing in my mouth again, because when I tried to put that last one, when I chewed that last one, it was kind of, I could have put these on like maybe 4 minutes. I put them on 5. They good though. I like these. So anyways, I was that kind of kid that liked everything to be neat and pretty and on point and stuff like that. And I'm still like that to this day. I'm still like that. I'm a shoe freak, clothes, jewelry, stuff like that. I like everything to, no, that light didn't just go out on me like that. No, it didn't. Who told you to go out? That ain't gonna go out on me like that. But anyways, dang, where was I at before that light just rudely interrupted me? Look at this wine. Y'all know this is my favorite wine. Literally, this is my favorite wine. The brand and the Moscato, the red wine from Aldi, my favorite. So yeah, with all that being said, my dad was like, I was a daddy's girl. So my dad was basically like, you keep good grades and you keep your attitude right. You go, you know, on a straight path, I'll buy and do anything you want. You know what I mean? So I got anything I want because my grades was up and I was well mannered at home. Now, y'all, going into middle school, remind you, I was this, at first in elementary, I was this goody, you know, good grades, well mannered, stuff like that. But I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, coming into middle school, we going into middle school now. Go into middle school with me. Middle school? Oh baby, this is not nothing to brag on. This was not cool, but this was me. I was in a gang. And not even just in the gang, I was the head leader of the gang. I made up the gang, I created the gang. Yeah. I used to fight. I used to get kicked out. But I still kept good grades. Good grades to me was like a 2.8 and up. So I kept that. You know what I'm saying? And the grade parts wasn't the part for me. I just was a fighter and head of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just feel like I had to be a head, like head honcho of stuff. I don't know why, but you know what? I know why. Because like I told y'all, I had older siblings and stuff. They was doing this type of stuff when I was younger, so I was watching them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in middle school. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to have a gang. I'm supposed to be head honcho. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing. But don't take it away from me. I was a cheerleader. I was on the drill team and I was on the dance team. I did all 3 things in middle school. All middle school. So that saved me a lot, y'all. Like a whole lot. Like I was literally about to get kicked out of all Detroit public schools. Like in the office, principal like, you're out of here, out of all Detroit public schools. I was like, my drill coach ran. He ran to the office, y'all, and saved my butt. He saved me. I didn't get kicked out. I stayed in school. I ended up going to like, what is that like? Not homecoming and prom because you're in middle school. It's like kind of like junior prom and homecoming, you know, stuff like that. Because she was like, you You done. So she was like, you know what? You got one more time. One more time. If you do anything, you is not going to homecoming, you know, like junior homecoming. None of that. Graduation, none of that. I was like, oh, that's pretty steep. Come on now, like the homecoming or graduation, why not just one of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, there you go. Like, come on now, work with me. She was like, I ain't working with you. You gonna work with me. I was like, okay. But yeah, she ended up, you know, listening to him. He was like, I need her. She's a good driller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need her. Come on. So she ended up letting me stay. So y'all, well, I was about to get into one more fight. Me being who I was in middle school, I did not want to back down. I'm like, who, what you say? What? Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it happened too. Coming downstairs, she was like, a bit. I was like, a bit. It was like, what's up? What's up? So they came running through the hall. They must have, they had cameras. They started putting cameras in the hall because we was, because I had it popping around there. You hear me? So they came running through the hall before me and the girl was even about to fight. And I'm glad. I am so freaking glad they came. Not that I wasn't about to turn, you know, scrap. It was, I wasn't going to be able to go to homecoming. I wasn't going to be able to go to graduation. That wasn't me for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because all the good inner me was coming. You know what I mean? Like, it was coming. I just had to get out of that stage. And luckily, I got saved before it turned all bad for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have got kicked out of the public schools. It could have went another total different way for me off that one last fight if I would have got into. You know what I'm saying? My life probably wouldn't be, I wouldn't be who I am today probably if I would have gotten to that one last fight, because I would have got kicked out of Detroit public schools, and who knows what way my life would have went. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I actually changed. After that fight, it was just like, I changed, y'all. I mean, not after the fight, like after the fight didn't happen, I went home, y'all, and I changed. Like, I was still in the game, but let me tell you how I changed. I wasn't doing the fight no more. Other people was fighting. So I stopped fighting, and other people that was in my gang, they start fighting. So I was like she said whoopty 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 woo, and you gotta go whoopty whoopty woo. I turned it to that. So I changed, but you know. But anyway, going into high school, didn't get into one fight. Grades dropped. Grades dropped to a 2.5. Now, this is a girl that went from a 4.0 and 3.5, 3.8-ish to a 2.5. C average. When I was fighting and rowdy and scrappy, I kept good grades. Why when I'm not fighting no more and I'm a changed person, I don't get good grades? Like, I was like, this don't make sense. This don't even add up. But y'all know high school and stuff gets different. That ain't middle school, baby. This ain't the same no more. I got algebra. The first year of high school, 9th grade, I failed algebra. I failed algebra. F, D. That's it. No C, no B, no A. F and D. Failed. Girl, I had to take algebra over in summer school because I failed. I had never, ever, 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 ever got an F in my life. I was like, who get those? This ain't mine. That's how I was. But yeah, I failed algebra and had to retake it in summer school. Got to 10th grade. Failed geometry. So remind you all, I was good at everything else. Social studies, science, English, all that stuff. A's, B's, maybe a C from time to time. It just depends on how I was feeling. Algebra, geometry, any math, I just couldn't get right. Call me can't get right, okay? Man. Failed geometry, right? When I was a junior, because they was like, you don't have to take it in summer school. When you get in 11th grade, when you come back, geometry gonna be one of your classes. So think about it. You in the 11th grade. You got a 10th grade class. You in there with the 10th graders. You like, y'all sophomores. You know what I'm saying? But you the dummy. You in here with us. Girl, in there with the 10th graders, 11th grade. But I was in there like, how you do that? What's that? Cheating. I was cheating too though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I was still cheating. I was still cheating because geometry was hard. Don't try to act like geometry is not hard. You have to think too much. One answer take up a whole page. Who got time for that? I ain't got no time for you hear that? I ain't got no time for that. Now I don't have time for that. I know the proper wording. I ain't got no time for that. Okay, man. So anyway, I had to take it over and I passed with a B because my first or whatever, he was good at it. So he, you know, he was helping me out and stuff like that. So I ended up passing or whatever, and you know, we whooped it. We whooped it past there. You know, passed me up 12th grade. I'm in 12th grade now. What's up? Who wants some? Senior. You know. So I become a senior, right? Now your girl's super bossed up. Okay, I've got a car. I'm driving, whipping to school, and I only got 4 classes. Baby, 4 classes. Went to school at 8, got out at 12. Because you know what? All my credits and everything was caught up, baby. Caught up. Only needed 4 classes. Your girl had bossed back up. Like, what? You know what? This ain't me. 2.5s and da-da-da. This is not me. Ida, you smarter than this. Why is you playing roles? You know what I'm saying? I started getting back in them books, carrying books, because I wasn't carrying books no more. You couldn't catch me with a book bag. Not Ida. Started carrying book bags again. Not even a real book bag, just a bag with a couple books in it. Cause you know, when you think you that cool kid, I don't know, you just be thinking you too cool. I was the kid. Remind you, my daddy was still keeping me fresh. All the Air Force Ones, all the Jordans. This is all through middle school, high school. I kept every pair of Jordans that came out, every pair of Air Ones that came out, anything I wanted. You know, all the brands that was out then. What was it? Baby Fat, Apple Bottom, Enichi, Rockefeller, no, Rocka something. I don't know. I can't even remember. It's so old. But all that stuff, I'd have stayed fly. Anybody can tell you, in high school, middle school, I'd have stayed fresh to death. Okay, and just spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Just spoiled. And I had a car. I was a senior whipping. Okay. And even my boyfriend at the time, he had a car. He had a Cadillac, so I used to drive my boyfriend Cadillac to school, baby. Because he was like 2 years older than me, so he had already graduated. He had a Cadillac and stuff. He's working at Chrysler. Girl, I was doing it. Why was? But yeah, so it started turning around for me. Remind you, in high school I was a cheerleader also. I always stay active, like athlete or whatever, you know, athletic and stuff. Girl, after that, when I got out of high school, I was like, who going to school? Not Ida. Who do that? Well, I said, when I get out of school, I ain't never going back. That was my thing. I ain't never going back to school. I hated it. I loved it so much at first. Like, I was the first one in the house up. The alarm didn't have to go off for me. I was my own alarm. Like, I wanted to go to school, but I hated school. If you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I wanted to go to school because I knew I had to go to school. And plus, I was fresh. Who don't want to go to school when they fresh to death? You know what I'm saying? It was more of that. It was like a fashion, you know, like a runway. You know what I mean? You want to go to school because you fresh and you smart. So it's like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of like that. It was like, but I hated it because it was like, after school you got to do homework and and I had cheer practice and you know, stuff like that, and it's like, who want to do that? So most of the time I try to do homework while I was in class, because I hated homework after school. I don't want to do that. That ain't for me. So that was more of why I hated school. I hated homework. I hated thinking too much. I was the type of person that any, mini, miny, mo. I was just that smart that I could. But anyway, like after high school, I said I wasn't going to school. So y'all, I ended up taking up pharmacy. I went to school. I went to Everest, you know, like the little institutes where you can get like a certificate paper or whatever. I ended up doing that. One day sitting on the couch, right? I don't know. I remember them commercials that be like, you're sitting at home, you're doing nothing. You might as well get up and go to school and call, Girl, I was sitting on the couch one day, that joint came on. I was like, he talking to me. Oh my God. So, the girl called and went to school. And I got my certificate and everything. I was like second of the class and everything, like top 2 of the class. I was smart, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, I was smart, but I just wasn't the college person. I wasn't like, oh, I want to go to college. No. So I got my certificate though, and then I ended up going, like, you know how you got to do the internship and you got to work there for like, I had to work there for a month straight, no pay, at Walgreens. But girl, they ended up hiring me the day before I was supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, we keeping you. You need to go down to Concentra and do your drug test because we hiring you. They hired me the day before. So I started getting paid the day before I was supposed to even be done. Girl got hired though. I was a pharmacy technician back in, I ain't gonna tell y'all how long, because y'all about, you old. You old, child. I could tell y'all how old. This was like back in 08. Did that for a couple years and I got tired of that. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but y'all need to know. I'm just not the person that wants to work a 9 to 5. Or ever, that was never like my ideal to go work a 9 to 5. I always felt like so different and so special, and it's a plenty reasons why behind it, I know, but it just never, like, I never was like, oh, I just want to retire from such and such. It just, we're about to knock the wine over. Slow down, boo boo, slow down. It just never was my dream. It just never was. Like, my dream was, I just wanted to travel, be dressed so fly, hair blowing in the wind with my drink, and living the rich life, fabulous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my dream and always have been. But I didn't know what, look, if you cut off on me one more time, hater. That's how haters do, y'all. But anyway, like I said, I was always into fashion and I wanted to travel. I love traveling. I used to travel with my daddy all the time when I was younger. Like, sometimes we used to travel by ourselves, and we used to travel a lot. Growing up, we traveled a lot. I done been everywhere with my family, driving in a car, not even flying, driving. We done been everywhere. Even as I got older, I just always still like to travel because I did that when I was younger. So I saw that as my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have money so I can travel and live and be free and do that from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So a 9 to 5 just wasn't in me. But I didn't dig deep into my life, y'all. Like, and really think about it when I was younger. You know, like, what is it that you want to do or that you can do to make you rich and fabulous? You know what I'm saying? I got a boutique though. When I was like 24 years old, I used to own a boutique or whatever. I had this boyfriend or whatever, and he had got the boutique for me, and our relationship wasn't working out, and the boutique kind of went with the relationship. It was like, I don't want to hang on to the boutique because I don't want to hang on to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's more deep off into that conversation. I can't even tell y'all that conversation, but if y'all want to hear about that one day, comment down below and let me know, you know, about my life when I was 24, 25, when, you know, I could talk to y'all about that too and tell you what happened. But yeah, so that didn't work. But I never dug real deep into my life, like, what is it? Ida, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop, think, sit down, you know what I'm saying? Until I got about 28. And I think that's when you really wake up and be like, okay, you don't want to work a 9 to 5, but you need to do something. What are you going to do to live this life that you want to live? You know what I'm saying? You need to bring out your inner greatness. It's in you because you already got the mindset about you don't want to do the 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So what is it? So yeah, I dug deep, y'all. I really started thinking differently and hard. You know what I'm saying? And I always was this special person at all my jobs. Like, always was the top kind of person, you know, the top person where they loved me so much. I was multitasking. Nothing never pressured me. Nothing. I always caught on like this. Anything I did, like they 1, 2, 3rd day, I got it. I don't need them no more. And they used to always be like, oh my God, I was just so special. How do you know? Like, I always been told I was special and different and all this stuff, but I never really looked deep into it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I did now or whatever. But yeah, I told y'all a lot. There's so much more about my life, and this probably had to be in another video. This probably had to be continued because I don't want it to be very long or whatever. So I'm gonna stop right there at the pharmacy job. I'm gonna pick this back up one day, probably next week or whenever, and start from there up until now. It gets juicy. It gets really juicy. So make sure y'all smash the like button for this video, because I am going to give you a part 2, but you need to like. You need to let me know if this was good, if you want to see my part 2, because other than that, I mean, I'm about to go do my part 2 if you don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to subscribe. Click that post notification bell so you won't miss no videos. I drop 2 videos a week. 2. Not 1, 2. But for now, your girl is out. Peace.